Right now, the latest from the attacks in Israel as thousands of rockets were fired into areas of the country. Also, Wisconsin football defended their home turf on homecoming today. Andrew shares the highlights from Bucky's big win against the Scarlet Knights. And the annual Dane County NAMI Walk raises support for the mentally ill in Dane County. How participants say the event helps them through the toughest of times. Welcome to News 3 now at 6. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. Developing tonight, the leader of the Madison Police Oversight Board says she may have been the target of a drive-by shooting Thursday on the city's east side. In a GoFundMe post, Shadera Kilfoy Flores said she was driving home from dinner when a black vehicle pulled up beside her on Williamson Street and tried to pass her. Later, someone in the vehicle began shooting at her. Kilfoy Flores says she hoped that the shooting was attributed to road rage, but said she felt like the motive behind the incident may have been much deeper. Madison police are currently investigating the situation. The attack against Israel by Hamas has led to plenty of reaction here in the U.S. President Biden spoke about the attack earlier today while leading GOP candidates address what happened while out on the campaign trail. Christian Benavides reports.
Reaction from across the political spectrum following that deadly surprise attack overnight by Hamas against Israel. President Joe Biden, who met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu just last month, said the two spoke this morning and reiterated U.S. commitment to Israel's security.
Israel has the right to defend itself and its people. Full stop.
Out on the campaign trail, former President Donald Trump, the leading GOP candidate, also addressed the attack.
The Israeli attack was made because we are perceived as being weak and ineffective and with a really weak leader.
Republicans have been critical of the Biden administration over a prisoner swap deal with Iran earlier this year, which lifted a freeze on $6 billion of Iranian funds. Iran's supreme leader congratulated Hamas fighters for launching this morning's attack.
Of course, Iran funds Hamas. The Biden administration's made that a lot easier.
Biden administration officials have said the suggestion that the U.S. provided funds to Iran is not true, that the funds available to Iran haven't been spent yet, and when that happens, they can only be used for food and medicine. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken also condemned the attack, saying on social media that the U.S. stands in solidarity with the government and people of Israel. Switching gears, a true fall-like day today in southern Wisconsin. After a couple of days seeing the 80s this week, the temps have definitely cooled off, and it looks like that will continue. And we'll show you just how cool it'll get. Let's get a look at our first warn forecast with meteorologist Alex Harrington.
Hey, Jalen and friends, I got friends out here behind me. There's a whole pack of robins out here. There's probably 10 of them. They're probably heading on south because they feel that fall is coming, as we feel that fall is here. Let's take a look at those temperatures out there right now. Feeling fall-like. 51 in Madison, but already 48 degrees in Camp Douglas, 48 in the Dells, 49 to the south in Monroe. So fall-like across the area, fall-like across Dane County proper. We got 50 in Middleton, 51 to the south in Oregon, and our friends to the northwest up by the Wisconsin River in Sauk City are at 49 degrees. So we plan your Saturday night going on into your Sunday. We're going to dip all the way down to about 40 to 41, 42 across Dane County proper. And this is all we're going to do on your Sunday. In the temperature department, 54, 55 if you're lucky, 56, 57 degrees. These robins are not happy with me out here right now. They're saying, get out of our patio. We want the stage. 45 at midnight, 41 at 7 a.m. And then as we head towards the end of the day, the best we're going to do is about 54 degrees. Speaking of fall, frost is in our forecast. These are some of our first frost dates over the course of the last 5 years. They range from middle to generally late October. Coming up in Maine weather, we're going to be looking at when you could possibly expect frost in your neighborhood.
All right, sounds good, Alex. Thank you. Well, happy homecoming to all the Badgers out there who are celebrating. This weekend, the university is celebrating their 175th anniversary and has its roots all the way back into the early 1900s, as the first homecoming was held in 1911 when around 3,000 alumni got together to celebrate what it means to be a Badger. But today, the event has grown to be a lot bigger. The event is now a week-long celebration of all things UW, all of it leading up to the big homecoming game. And the biggest event of the weekend was the showdown between Wisconsin and Rutgers at Camp Randall. Our Andrew Banster was there and has the highlights.
Yeah, Jalen, Wisconsin has been plagued by slow starts this season, but fresh off their bye week, the Badgers had to come out firing. And believe me, Bucky was ready for the Badgers' homecoming. They led 3-0 late in the second half. Wisconsin from the 18-yard line, and you know what to do. Give it to the big man and let him eat. Braylon Allen off to the races, touchdown, and Bucky takes a 10-0 lead. And then in the third quarter, Wisconsin leads 17-6. Tanner Mordecai drops a dime on Tucker Ashcraft, and that would about seal the deal. Wisconsin goes on to win it 24-13. But stick around because we'll show you the biggest play from today's game. That's coming up in sports, and we'll break down Bucky's big win and much more.
All right, we'll see you then. Flags are being flown at half-staff today and next Saturday in honor of Wisconsin firefighters who died in the line of duty. The honors coincide with the final alarm ceremony at the Wisconsin State Firefighters Memorial today. October 14th is Wisconsin Firefighters Memorial Day. The Dane County chapter of the National Alliance on Mental Illness held their largest awareness event of the year today, with hundreds making the trek from Olin Park to the Monona Terrace, all to bring attention to mental health. But NAMI Walks isn't just about walking the walk. It's also about talking the talk.
Here, it's okay not to be okay.
At NAMI Walks, talking about your mental health struggles isn't just allowed, it's encouraged.
It is not easy, but it is so, so helpful. Sharing the hard stories is something NAMI Dane County Executive Director Jean McClellan has gotten pretty good at. My brother Steve, in August, it was 28 years ago, he died by suicide. But it wasn't always easy to talk about. At that time, it was very difficult for our family, not just because of the loss of our loved one, but also because people didn't talk about mental illness, and they certainly didn't talk about suicide. The National Alliance on Mental Illness was founded here in Madison by a group of moms whose families had been touched by mental illness. There used to be a lot of blame on the parents, the mom. That was their mission, was to make people aware mental illness, severe and persistent mental illness, is here. There are treatments. We don't need to sweep it under the rug. Now, almost 50 years later, the organization is nationwide, providing people with resources and safe spaces to cope with mental illness. The atmosphere here of a safe, supportive environment, if we could all work towards providing that in our workplaces, in our homes, in our, friend groups, just knowing that it's safe and people will support you, that is tremendous. And Jean will tell you from personal experience, the best way to do that is to speak. I know firsthand that is absolutely correct, because the more I talked, the stronger I felt, and the more understanding I had for what Steve possibly had been going through. Reporting in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
In 2022, NAMI Walks raised $260,000 for the organization. This year, their goal is to beat that and reach $275,000. The United Auto Workers Union strike against the nation's biggest automakers is moving into its fourth week. Friday's United Auto Workers Union live stream began late and with a bang. Union President Shawn Fain says GM agreed in writing to cover future EV battery plant workers by the same labor agreement covering other GM union members, which the union considers critical in an evolving industry. Fain says Ford's wage raise offers jumped from 9% to 23% during the strike, with GM and Stellantis offers around 20% over the 4-year contract, all less than the union wants.
We gotta stand up and come out.
I think we're at a point where it's a lose-lose. Now it's just a matter of how much does everybody want to lose.
Currently, there are more than 25,000 auto workers on the picket line, getting $500 a week in strike benefits instead of a paycheck. The Anderson Economic Group estimates the strike cost the economy nearly $4 billion in its first 2 weeks, with GM and Ford laying off nearly 900 workers this week. Coming up next at 6, another week, another Powerball drawing with no winner. Find out how much is at stake for tonight's drawing. And tonight at 10, families in Dane County gathered in Mount Horeb today for the Mental Health Wellness Festival. We'll take you there.
Look, Mom, I found one. Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
At 4imprint, finding the promotional products you need to create a memorable moment is an easy mission. Our expert team will take care of every detail to make your success a certainty. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
You have a chance to become a billionaire tonight after nobody won Wednesday's jackpot for the Powerball. Tonight's estimated jackpot soared to a whopping $1.4 billion. One lucky player has the chance to take home the 3rd largest jackpot in the game's history. But luck isn't exactly on your side. The chance of winning are just slim at 1 in 292 million according to the Powerball. Tonight's drawing will be at 9:59, so make sure to go get a ticket and see if luck is on your side. Some student loan borrowers might get a break this week. The Biden administration is forgiving $9 billion in federal student loan debt for 3 categories of borrowers: public servants, some people enrolled in income-driven repayment plans, and disabled borrowers. The move affects roughly 125,000 people, and it comes as student loan payments resumed following a more than 3-year pause. In other consumer news, U.S. employers are continuing to hire. The Department of Labor says the U.S. economy added 336,000 jobs in September, about double what economists expected. There was a strong government hiring, including new teachers. Bars and restaurants also brought in more workers, moving them back to pre-pandemic staffing levels. Coming up at 6, the Native Art Market returned to Madison, how artists are able to showcase the importance of a community tradition. Plus, Alex is back with another check of your First One forecast when we return.
Your first place. How do you get to the top? Just keep on climbing. Yours, Tacoma.
Right now, get 3.99% APR for 48 months on a new 2023 Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places.
A 33-year-old woman has fenders and a new headlight installed on her bike, but the parts are badly designed and cause her to crash. She never walks again. She decides to hire Habish, & Rotier, and she receives $14.5 million. The Habish team negotiates with the headlight manufacturer in Germany, the fender company in Hong Kong, the fender designer in Madison, and the bike shop in Seattle. It is literally the opposite of one phone call and a quick settlement. Habish, & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Daddy teaches you can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that.
You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT.
The truth wins if we're all brave enough to tell it.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with fast and reliable internet for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited mobile line, and a free Xumo Stream Box when you add Spectrum TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Dear first place, how do you get to the top? Just keep on climbing. Yours, Tacoma.
Right now, get 3.99% APR for 48 months on a new 2023 Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Throughout this weekend, Native American artists are coming together at the Art and Literature Laboratory to share and celebrate their unique works. And it's all happening at the Fall Native Art Market. This event is the second Native Art Market this year, with the first being held back in May. According to the Art Lib Lab website, 22 Native artists representing 8 distinct tribes came together to try and challenge the stereotypes and assumptions made around Native artwork. It's all happening just before Indigenous Peoples Day, which is on Monday.
All different types of Indigenous art forms are kind of being talked about, and lots of questions are being asked by the community. So a lot of us vendors are really proud to be able to share and teach our community, because a lot of them lack the knowledge of actually knowing what Indigenous art is and what goes into it.
In order to share that knowledge, there were also live demonstrations held today where artists showed anyone interested how they can create their works. The event has already wrapped up for today, but it will be back tomorrow with more. And now let's get a look at your first warn forecast with meteorologist Alex Harrington.
It's fall all day long, all day strong, I guess, in our show tonight. Well, let's start off and take a look at some of these fall colors that will be heading towards southern Wisconsin. Handy dandy map that comes right up out of the floor. Isn't that nifty? Those fall colors, just like what you're seeing up here by Vilas County, where fall colors are nearing peak up towards portions of northern Wisconsin. Those fall colors, the peak fall colors, will be heading towards southern Wisconsin over the course of the next week or two. Well, folks, we can definitely take a look here and see what's going to be going on here with our 3 things that you need to know. Staying below normal, staying fall-like as we carry on through the next week. Best frost chances we're eyeing up Sunday night going into Monday night and then again into your Tuesday. Then the First Warn Weather Team are watching the potential for a big weather maker that could bring some heavy rain to southern Wisconsin. Well, let's plan your Sunday here, and we'll widen things out just a little bit here. I have another little handy-dandy monitor that will help track the temperatures with the precipitation across southern Wisconsin. Rainfall chances not looking very high. Areas, Dells, Madison, Janesville, points off to the south and west. Southwest Wisconsin standing the better chance of an isolated shower on your Sunday. Temperatures in Madison, 46 degrees at 9 o'clock in your morning, so we've definitely changed here. Temperatures 50 by the time we get towards the lunch hour, 51 if we are lucky. With those clouds out there, the clouds help to hold temperatures down during the day. We'll be lucky if we can get up to about 54 in Madison by the time we get towards 4 o'clock again. Those clouds around the area, the shower chances there. Most places are going to stay dry. Most places are going to stay cloudy, but those clouds will start to clear by the time we go into your Sunday night. That's going to really allow the temperatures to take a plunge. They will plunge tonight, just not enough that I'm expecting patchy frost in widespread areas, although 1 or 2 spots that get into those low-lying susceptible areas could see some patchy frost with temperatures right around 41 to 42 to 43. And this is all we'll do across Dane County proper on your Sunday. Middle 50s at best with those clouds and that isolated shower chance. The best chances for frost are going to be Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night. Wednesday morning. And then a weather system is going to move into the area by the time we get towards Thursday, towards your Friday. That could bring some doozy amounts of rainfall to southern Wisconsin. We're keeping an eye on that and following that weather system, staying breezy as we go into 1 week from now, folks. This is just a projection. I wouldn't take a picture of this because this certainly could change. But as we head towards the later part of next week, that weather system could bring what we call a deformation zone, a band of very heavy rain over portions of Iowa right up into southern Wisconsin. Depending on the track of that low pressure system will mean that the track of this heavy rainfall could shift north or south. But right now, some of our weather models are eyeing up maybe 3+ inches of rain across the area as we head towards the latter part of the work week. Well, no rain in this picture here. You know I love my viewer photos. Thanks, Barb, for this beautiful moon photo here. The moon has been quite vivid these past couple of days, couple of weeks, especially when we have those clear skies out there. So thanks again, Barb, for sending us that. If you'd like to send us one of those weather photos, send them to us. First Warn at WISC-TV.com. That's a great way to send us those photos because, as I like to say, Jalen and friends, I like to discuss the weather, explain the weather, but the viewer photos help show the weather out there.
A better way to, well, I wouldn't say better, but just another way to, you know, really show what's going on without using the graphic.
Yep, we can still explain the weather
from the eyes of our viewers.
That's absolutely correct. Bring it into the show.
I've heard frost, I've heard, you know, low temps, I've heard, you know, fall. And normally when you hear those things, that means coats. They get broken out.
Yep, get your coats, get your mittens. I think you're going somewhere with this coat.
Absolutely. Well, today, this is it. Today is the last day, the final day, and the final chance to bring a gently used coats of any size to Clinky Cleaners for our Coats for Kids collection. Right now, the total stands at just over 2,800. And if you still want to donate any size or new child size winter coats, you can send them to any Clinky Cleaners, and they will take it off your hands for free, and they'll clean it. And if you don't have a coat but would still like to donate, you can buy a coat or other kind of winter clothing from the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County's Amazon wish list. We have a link to that on our site at Shannon3000.com/coats4kids. And still ahead, Andrew is back with full breakdown of Wisconsin's homecoming win, and hear from Luke Fickle next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
A local couple charged for damage to a rental car.
We knew we didn't do anything, so I called Call for Action.
And our team helped them avoid paying a big bill.
I'm just happy that she could make all of our problems go away.
If you have a consumer issue, Call for Action. Only from News 3 Now.
When it's time to remodel your home, lean on the experts at Brothers Maine for all things appliances. As Madison and Janesville's local appliance authority since 1938, our experienced staff will make your project easy from concept to completion. Better than big box, Brothers Maine has a larger selection, lower prices, and professional advice to bring your vision to life. On time and on budget. From sales to install, we do it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Choose FlexBuy on a new Ford Escape or Explorer and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,000 FlexBuy cash.
Tomorrow is more than just the day ahead. Tomorrow is putting in the energy every single day. We're investing another $4 billion in renewables and low-carbon solutions through 2025. And modernizing our energy infrastructure to lower our emissions, bridging to a sustainable energy future.
Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
At 4imprint, finding the promotional products you need to create a memorable moment is an easy mission. Our expert team will take care of every detail to make your success a certainty. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. Thursday at 10, you're having a baby and the clock's already ticking. I'm finding out what parents are going through to secure and pay for spots in local daycare.
It just feels impossible, honestly.
News 3 Now is looking into solving the childcare crisis. Thursday at 10.
Well, if you haven't heard yet, happy homecoming. Wisconsin has owned Rutgers since they joined the Big Ten, but the Scarlet Knights came into Camp Randall today with a 4-1 record on the year. It was a defensive battle in the first half. Badgers led 3-0, 5 minutes left, and when in doubt, give it to Braylon Allen. From 18 yards out, he gets it to go. He finished with 101 yards on the day, and Wisconsin took a 10-0 lead. And then Rutgers from the 5 trying to trim the lead heading to half, but not if Ricardo Hallman has anything to say about it. Rico to the 40, to the 50. Could he go all the way to the 20, all the way to the 10? A 95-yard pick six from Ricardo Hallman would send Wisconsin to half, leading 17-0. And they would never look back. It was an all-around win for Wisco. The defense pitched a shutout in the second half, make that the first half. And the offense had their way on the ground and in the air. But the biggest play of the day has to be that Ricardo Hallman house call.
Came out the first half, I thought played really well. Defensively played exceptional. You know, and obviously the pick six right there before half, I think, is the difference in the ballgame.
It was ecstatic, man. You seen the crowd going. That was the loudest I've ever heard Camp Randall, in my opinion. Seeing that play happen, you know, it was a magical moment. It was a game-changing moment. And it's definitely turned up momentum for us.
Ultimately, when I made the interception, you see all of that green grass. It's just like you go back to being a little kid, like, oh man, like, you know, pick six, like this is cool, you know. I had one pick six in my high school career. It was about 30 yards out, so it wasn't really far. That was like the longest I've ran ever.
And so Whitewater, where the Warhawks looking for their 17th straight win over La Crosse. La Crosse with the ball in the first quarter, and Zach Weir looking for somewhere to go with it. Lets it loose, and the deep ball lands right in Jack Studer's mitts. What a bomb, an 84-yard house call for La Crosse. It's a touchdown, and the Eagles take the 7-0 lead. And then as the clock ticks away in the first half, Whitewater's Alec Ogden runs one in for a 1-yard touchdown. La Crosse led it 17-14, heading to half. But get this, in a shocker, number 3 Whitewater falls to La Crosse in front of a WIAC record crowd, 37-34, the final. And staying in Division III and in the WIAC, where UW-Platteville hosted Stevens Point for their homecoming game. What a big win for Platteville. They blow out Stevens Point, winning it 51-10, the final. So not everything we wanted. Obviously, Whitewater lost, but huge win for the Badgers, and they find themselves doing it on offense and in defense. And as they enter their hardest part of their schedule, obviously Iowa, Illinois, and Ohio State coming up, man, do they look good right now.
I would say the offense is still coming together, still meshing. Obviously, losing Ches wasn't ideal, but the defense has been pretty consistent throughout the season. Pretty good that the defense has their confidence rolling when they're really about to get into the core of Big Ten play.
And the one thing we didn't mention, a big day from Jackson Aker, a Verona native, had a big day on the ground stepping in for Ches Malusi.
Absolutely. And again, beautiful fall day for some football, but beautiful fall day for everybody. Alex, what more can they expect?
They can expect fall-like weather to stick around for tonight, starting right around 41 to start your Sunday. And all we'll do is 54 for a high in your Sunday.
All right, well, sounds good, and we'll see you all here at 10 o'clock. Let's make it a great evening.